What's up, Steelers Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the best black and gold updates. Our Steelers are grinding every day to get better, and it's paying off with a 9-3 record. But there's a big question looming over the Steel City. What happens next at quarterback? With Russell Wilson and Justin Fields both set to hit free agency after the season, the Steelers face a massive decision. Can they keep both quarterbacks, or will they need to choose one? Stick around as we break it all down. Before we get started, do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest Steelers content. Alright, let's dive in. The Steelers have been fortunate to have two talented quarterbacks in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields this season. Each has stepped up when called upon, leading the team to a combined 9-3 record. Fields started the year strong, going 4-2 while Wilson recovered from a calf injury. Once Wilson returned, he picked up right where Fields left off, guiding the team to a 5-1 record since his comeback. According to CBS Sports insider Jonathan Jones, the Steelers would love to keep both QBs in an ideal world. However, with both players due for significant pay raises, the reality is that Pittsburgh may only be able to afford one of them. Let's start with Wilson. At 36 years old, some questioned whether the former Super Bowl champion still had what it takes to perform at an elite level. But after missing the first part of the season, Wilson has silenced his doubters. In Week 13's win over the Bengals, Wilson put on a clinic, throwing for 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, and just 1 interception. It was the kind of performance that reminds you why he's one of the best in the business. Mark Kaboly of the Pat McAfee Show called it Wilson's best first half of football in his entire career. He completed 29 of 38 passes for 257 yards before halftime, showcasing his arm strength, decision-making, and ability to take control at the line of scrimmage. Russell Wilson was absolutely fabulous, Kaboly said. If Patrick Mahomes did some of the things Russ did on Sunday, it would be on TV 24/7. Wilson's leadership and ability to spread the ball to 10 different receivers, including Pat Freiermuth and George Pickens, have elevated Pittsburgh's offense to a new level. Now, let's talk about Fields. At just 25 years old, he represents the future of the position. Fields stepped in early this season and kept the Steelers afloat with a 4-2 record. His athleticism, poise, and ability to extend plays made him a fan favorite during his time under center. However, as Wilson returned and took over the starting job, Fields has found himself in a difficult spot. He's proven he can win games, but with Wilson leading the way, Fields may not have a clear path to the starting role in Pittsburgh moving forward. This creates an intriguing scenario for Fields in free agency. Many quarterback-needy teams would love to bring him in as a starter or a bridge option, meaning he's likely to garner significant interest on the open market. Here's where things get tricky. Both Wilson and Fields are currently on team-friendly deals. Wilson's cap hit is just $1.21 million, while Fields is $3.2 million. But that won't be the case for long. Wilson's next contract is expected to land in the range of $25 to $30 million annually, and Fields will also command a sizable payday given his age and potential. Can the Steelers realistically afford to keep both quarterbacks while addressing other roster needs? It's a tough ask, especially with the team already having several high-priced players on the roster. If the Steelers are forced to choose, Wilson feels like the safer bet to stay in Pittsburgh. His recent performances have elevated the team's ceiling, and his experience as a Super Bowl winner brings a level of confidence that's hard to replace. Fields, on the other hand, may prefer a situation where he can be the clear starter. While Pittsburgh undoubtedly values his talent, it's hard to envision him staying in a backup role when other teams will offer him a chance to start. Let's circle back to Wilson's dominant showing against the Bengals. It wasn't just a great game, it was a statement. After hearing all off-season that he was too old or washed up, Wilson proved he still got it. Kaboly described the Steelers squad as the most well-rounded team since before Ben Roethlisberger's elbow injury. Wilson's ability to lead the offense, make quick adjustments at the line, and deliver pinpoint throws has been a game-changer. One highlight that stood out? Wilson's touchdown pass to Freiermuth. A quick release, a slide to the right, and a dart into the end zone. Plays like that remind us why Wilson has been so successful throughout his career. Of course, there will always be critics. Some have downplayed Wilson's performance, pointing to the Bengals' struggling defense. But let's be real, this offense deserves credit. In the past, even against weaker defenses, the Steelers struggled to score consistently. This time, They put up 44 points and made it look easy. The red zone issues that plagued them earlier in the season? Gone. This team is clicking at the right time, and Wilson's play has been a big reason why. George Pickens has been electric this season, and Week 13 was no exception. Against the Bengals, he racked up 3 catches for 74 yards, including a jaw-dropping touchdown. His 36-yard reception, which showcased his athleticism and ability to stretch the field, was one of the game's highlights. But Pickens' fiery personality also came with consequences. He drew 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, sparking criticism from fans and analysts alike. The most controversial moment? After his big 36-yard grab, Pickens made a gesture toward the stands that officials flagged as inappropriate. While Pickens claimed it was a first-down signal, the referees didn't see it that way, and the Steelers were penalized. Adding fuel to the fire, Pickens was the victim of a missed defensive pass interference call that led to a Bengals interception and touchdown. While it didn't cost the Steelers the game, it was a moment that could have swung momentum. Enter Chad Johnson, better known as Okasinko, a former Bengals receiver and a master of flamboyance on the field. Johnson knows all about walking the line between showmanship and penalties. On his podcast, Nightcap, Johnson revealed that he plans to personally reach out to Pickens. "I'm gonna hit young Bull," Johnson said. "I got Georgie's number. I'm gonna talk to him. It's okay to be the villain. Embrace it. But do it in a way that's organized chaos. Have fun without getting those penalties. I'm telling you, it's gonna pay dividends in the long run." Johnson's advice is rooted in his own experience. He believes Pickens' fiery energy is an asset, but it needs to be channeled in a way that benefits the team rather than hurting it. Take that same energy and turn it into something fun and engaging for the fans, without costing your team, Johnson added. "There's a way to do it. I mastered that S." Steelers fans sound off. Should Pickens rein it in? Steelers Nation is divided. Some fans believe Pickens' penalties are blown out of proportion and see them as part of his competitive edge. Others feel he's hurting the team and needs stricter discipline from head coach Mike Tomlin. Tomlin has been tight-lipped about his approach to Pickens. After the missed pass interference call and resulting interception, Tomlin immediately pulled Pickens aside for a private conversation. While Tomlin hasn't shared details, his reputation as a motivator suggests he was encouraging Pickens to keep his head in the game. Even veteran quarterback Russell Wilson weighed in on the situation. After the game, Wilson shared that he spoke to Pickens about the extra scrutiny that comes with being one of the best. "I love his enthusiasm and his competitive spirit," Wilson said. "But when you're that talented, all eyes are on you. You've got to be extra careful." Wilson's words highlight the fine line Pickens walks as a player with superstar potential. His passion fuels his success but also puts him under the microscope. Chad Johnson offered a warning to Tomlin about being too hard on Pickens. "You don't want to lose the energy that Pickens brings to a game," Johnson said. "The idea isn't to change who he is, but to channel that energy." And he's right. Pickens is by far the Steelers' most dynamic receiver. With the playoffs on the horizon, the team needs him fully engaged and focused. But how do you balance that raw energy with discipline? That's the challenge for the Steelers' coaching staff, and for Pickens himself. Let's not forget why Pickens is so important to this team. His ability to make big plays, stretch the field, and draw double coverage opens up opportunities for other players. Against the Bengals, Wilson spread the ball to 10 different receivers. This versatility in the passing game is a direct result of Pickens' presence on the field. Even when he's not catching the ball, he's creating opportunities for his teammates. Let's be real, Steelers Nation has always loved a little edge. From James Harrison to Joey Porter, the Steelers have a history of players who embraced the villain role. Could Pickens be the next in line? If he takes Johnson's advice, he could transform that edge into a weapon, becoming a fan favorite for his swagger and production, without the penalties. With tough games ahead and playoff aspirations in sight, the Steelers have to weigh their options carefully. Retaining Wilson or Fields will have major implications for the team's future. One thing is clear: no matter who ends up under center, this team is built to compete. All right, Steelers fans, now it's your turn. Who do you think the Steelers should prioritize, Wilson or Fields? Or do you think there's a way to keep both? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, Steelers Nation. Here we go.